Hi, hello, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you've been here before. It's funny running into you again. Today I figured, in the spirit of you getting to know me a bit more, why not talk about something I enjoy? I guess this is a bit of a one-way communication, isn't it? Because I can't really hear you or ask you, but I mean I could ask you in the comments eventually. This is just basically a conversation corner, I guess. I'm going to call this conversation corner because it's not a corner, but I'm sitting at the corner of the sofa. I mean, if that helps in any way. So buckle up. The occult. Or occult sounds a bit scary or dangerous, doesn't it? So not really like occult, but more like supernatural things maybe. I enjoy spooky stories, I enjoy ghost stuff, I find that very interesting. I like ghost investigations and stuff like that. I don't know, I like it. I don't know, I just really like it. Of course, I don't like the very clearly staged ones. I enjoy people who keep an open mind and who just try to figure it out. More like, it's not like, oh, it's definitely true, or oh, it's definitely not true, but more so like, I find this subject interesting and I would like to investigate and see if it's true. Can I find some evidence about it, and stuff like that. One of my absolute favorite shows on YouTube for a long time was the BuzzFeed Unsolved. Especially the supernatural ones, they are absolutely super funny. I absolutely love those. And the way they did it was also very interesting to me. And I would love to do that one day, honestly, but I can't go alone. I could never go alone. I'd be fucking terrified. So I'd need someone who'd want to go with me, So maybe, one day, maybe, when I can find someone who actually wants to go with me on this and might have the same interests as me, because that's currently not a thing. But yeah, we'll see about that one. But yeah, back to it. I really enjoy all kinds of like supernatural, occult type of things. I find it very interesting. And even stuff like Bigfoot or stuff like UFOs, really fucking love that, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I find it super interesting. And I'm not even kidding, like, I do mean that. I find it really interesting, like unironically interesting. And a lot of people probably think I'm crazy when I'm saying that, which is fine. I'm probably a little bit crazy. I mean, let's be honest here. Most of us probably are, but yeah. I like that stuff. And I don't know, stuff like, for instance, Bigfoot. It's like, it's not unrealistic, is it? Because we still have like crocodiles, which are descendants from the dinosaurs, of course, and even chickens are actually descended from the dinosaurs. Believe it or not, vicious, those creatures. But I don't find it that hard to believe that maybe there's some sort of species in between monkeys or gorillas or whatever and humans. That's not that hard to believe, is it? Like, maybe, just maybe, there's some sort of species we haven't found yet, and there's a lot of research that's been indicating that there is a missing link, and we've had a few theories as to what that missing link is. But what's to say there's not more than one missing link, or if not missing in the same chain, then perhaps it's just an outspring from that chain, and it's like this in two directions instead, and maybe one of them became humans and one of them became the type that Bigfoot is, to survive in a bit harsher of an environment. Maybe. We don't know. Could be. I don't really think it's that weird to imagine that might be the case. So yeah, I find that interesting. This channel is practically just going to be me doing stuff I want to do and doing things I find interesting, and hopefully someone else will find interesting as well. And some things maybe people find comforting, of course, because that is something I do want. I want someone to be able to come here and see my videos and feel maybe comforted, maybe laugh a bit, and just feel like they don't have to deal with everything in their life at those moments, for a few minutes. I just would like someone to feel like, okay, this is a safe space. This is a good space for me. I can just be here, I can relax, and I can forget about the world for a little bit, because that is what I use YouTube for and what I really enjoy with YouTube, and I'm hoping I can be a positive contribution to that, hopefully. So yeah, I mean, if you're into any of the stuff that I'm going to talk about now or in future videos, that's great. Stick around and we'll figure more fun themes out together. So Bigfoot is definitely one of the creatures, or like the occult things, that I think is absolutely possible. And okay, other things I'm not so sure about, but I really fucking love for some reason. It's like Mothman, Mothman, and Goatman. I like those. I don't care. Are they real? I don't care. I just like the concept. Have you seen that statue? That statue in America. I forget which city. It's like the Mothman city. Those butt cheeks. I mean, come on. You can't not like that creature, can you? Those glowing, intense eyes and lovely cheeks.
See this guy's ass, by the way?
Oh my God!
Sounds absolutely wonderful to me. How can you not like him? All the spooky hauntings and like demonic hauntings, I find that very interesting. I really do. It tickles something in me and I'm very interested in it. So I would definitely like to do some sort of ghost investigation or something with like actual equipment. Imagine how fucking fun. Would love that. But yeah, I don't have anyone to do that with yet, and also it's still COVID, you know, we're still in COVID, so that's probably not going to be for a while, but maybe someday. That would be fun, wouldn't it? I'm also probably going to be reading some ghost stories. I do like the Reddit, like the No Sleeps and other Reddit ones, and yeah, if I'm allowed to do those, I'd really like to. I'd like to just read some stories, have some fun with that. I do really like reading. And I do really like ghost stories. I used to really, really, really love all the Goosebumps books. Loved them. Like, traumatized myself because I was far too young, but absolutely loved them. Like, so much. They were wonderful. I might even get a spooky book and have just a loud reading. Basically make an audiobook. I say aloud. Is that allowed? I don't know if that's allowed. If it is, I might actually do that. That sounds like fun to me. I do want to tell some ghost stories as well. I can actually do that in this video, can't I? And also, we're going to be probably looking at like some spooky films, maybe reacting to some spooky films. That would be fun. And documentaries. I fucking love documentaries, by the way. That is also the thing. I am a sucker for documentaries. I don't know why. I just really, really like documentaries. And that's like spooky documentaries, normal documentaries, like weird things, like just a weird human thing. I do study psychology, in case you were wondering. So maybe that's where the interest for all the strange and human things come from. I don't know, maybe. But I do enjoy those kind of documentaries. And I fucking love nature documentaries. Don't bully me. I like them. They're nice. I don't know why. I enjoy them. So I'm probably going to be doing that as well. There's a lot of fun moments, I think, in nature documentaries.
God, he's got sharp claws.
He's getting a bit frisky.
Ow! Ow!
We're probably going to be watching a few of those as well. So I'm sorry if that's not your thing, but it's my thing, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. So yeah. So as I was saying, I have a dog here now, by the way, in case you didn't notice. He was crying outside, okay? I had to take him in here. So, as I was saying, I'm going to tell you some ghost stories of my own. I guess they are ghost stories. They're not very, I don't know, they're not very, like, spooky in that sense, though. I guess it's more like a supernatural one, maybe? Or just a bit of an unexplained one. I don't really know what you want to call it. Whether. So, when I was probably in, like, maybe 3rd grade, 4th grade, Excuse me? Excuse me? Hi. Excuse me? I'm trying to tell a story. Yeah? I'm telling a story. Thank you. Sorry, my dog loves to interrupt me. He needs constant attention. So, anyway, back to it. I was probably in like, like maybe 4th grade or something like that. I was over at two friends of mine, and they lived at this really old farm with a really long, you probably know them, at least if you're European, you know them, like the long farmhouses. And they had like this smaller house at the side of it where their grandmother lived. We were supposed to be home alone for a little bit. Usually their grandmother was always home. Usually their grandmother was always home, but this particular time, I think she was in a different country actually. She was, I don't know, she was away at least, she wasn't home. So it was only me and the two girls. twins in this huge house. And they did know that it was a bit like creaky, a bit spooky. There were some sounds here and there, especially at night. So sometimes it was a bit spooky to be there, you know, but usually it was fine. Like, we didn't think much about it. But the house is, like I said, was very long because it's like a typical Norwegian farmhouse. And it had 2 floors. Excuse me. Hello? Excuse me? Please ignore him. Hello? So it had 2 floors and they had like a set of stairs that were very, very creaky, like loud creaking. You could really hear if someone came climbing up those stairs. And we were used to that, you know. The house was pretty kind of old, so it's a bit cold in there. So the warmest room they had was the bathroom in the 2nd floor. So me and one of the twins decided we wanted to colour and draw on pictures. So we went to lay down on the bathroom floor because that was the hottest room. So we figured that would be nice. And you know, you do that stuff when you're a kid, you know. And the other sibling, she was at the very other end of the house in the same floor. We were quite far apart. And as we were lying on the bathroom floor drawing, we suddenly heard creaking. And we were like, oh, people are probably home. And especially when we heard like quite heavy footsteps, like creaking up the staircase. Oh my god, why would my brain forget staircase? I was like, the ladder? It's not the fucking ladder, is it? No, it's the staircase. I'm sorry, the staircase. Ah, they came creeping up the staircase, and all we would hear was these like really heavy footsteps going like up each one, and they creaked so loud. Like, you gotta imagine, the oldest house, such loud creaks. You could really hear it throughout the house. So we were like, oh, hello, and the sibling I was with was like, oh, Mum, is that you? Are you home? Like, hello, you're home early? We're in the bathroom because we were a bit cold, you know? It was just talking to her through the door. And there was no reply, and she was like shouting a bit louder then, and like, Mum, what are you doing? Like, we're in the bathroom. And the steps stopped for a bit, I think, actually, as we talked. And then it continued up the stairs. And the thing about where this bathroom was is when you came up the stairs, sort of, it was like practically straight to the left. So like if you came up, if you looked to the left, that was the bathroom. The steps just came up heavily and then creaked and then stopped in front of the bathroom door where we were. And at this point, we had tried talking to what we thought was her parent like 5 times, and we'd received no reply. And we were getting pretty fucking scared at that point. We were like, hello? And still no response. So we were kind of freaking out, to be completely honest. I mean, we were kids. And like the steps didn't walk away either. It just stopped out there and just didn't come back. And then she started thinking like, okay, it's the sister, the other one, at the other end, she's the one, she's fucking with us, you know? So she started like calling her out and being quite angry at her and being like, this isn't funny, stop that, like, what are you doing? This isn't fucking funny. We're kind of scared in here, you know? And no reply. And especially in like old houses, you can like, the old kind of doors, at least here, you can like take the key out of the door and you can sort of like just peek through like tiny bit of the little keyhole to like see, and you can like make out if there's a person standing out there. Let me in, please. And so she peeked out through the door because she was like, okay, I mean, the person hasn't moved, and like I said, the entire fucking house is quite creaky, especially the floors. Like, we'd hear it if she was walking away. Like, she couldn't sneak away. There's no way. So we looked through and there was nobody. And that's when we got really fucking scared. We were like, okay, this is not okay. Because we'd locked the door. I forgot to mention, we'd locked the door as we hadn't like received any reply. We'd gotten pretty scared, so we'd locked the door. And when we looked through, there was absolutely nobody there. And I was like, no. We just stayed in there for a long time until the parents came back because we were fucking terrified. Absolutely terrified of going out there. And I think we were even on the verge of crying because we were so scared. We went to the other sister because she was still sitting in like the other end of the house. She was sitting with earphones in and playing a video game. She hadn't heard anything because when we came up back behind her, she didn't hear us when we walked into the room. So we were like really angry at her, like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, that wasn't funny. We were really scared. Why would you do that? And she was just like, what? Do what? I didn't do anything. So we were like, what? You didn't do that? You didn't like walk heavily up the stairs and like scare us? And she was like, no, it wasn't me. And nobody had been home either. Literally nobody was home. I don't know what that really was, but it just spooked us, that's for sure. And we still don't know what it is, so.
Will remain unsolved.
But yeah, I hope you've gotten some sort of thoughts out of this as to what I want to do with this channel further on, and like what's gonna be about. And do tell me, by the way, like actually do tell me in the comments if you have like any spooky stories or something that's happened to you or whatever. Let me know if there's something, other theme as well, that you find interesting in any sort of way. Like that could be a fun conversation as well. Thank you for sticking around. I'm gonna keep uploading some videos about whatever themes I find interesting. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye.